Our guests come here to place their greatest fears, their most terrifying anxieties, into the Room 101 vault. Joining me tonight is the darling of Gosford, an accomplished comedian, a wonderful actor, and a damn fine chick. Please welcome Lady J, Julia Morris. Julia Morris?
Oh, beautiful. How are you?
I'm good. You want to join me and sit
I'd be
down?
delighted.
Okay.
Do I need a modesty board? That's quite a high split. I thought that I'd try and pull it over that side, so you'll get a bit of awkwardness up that side, but this side, everyone will be delighted. It's not putting you off, is it?
No, it's fine.
No,
I'm natural like this at the start of an interview. Are you ready to start?
I've got no idea what day it is, like as if I should be asked.
Oh, OK. I'll just get into it then.
Do you want it?
Yeah, OK. It's a curious one, this one. OK, I've got something special for you. This is, it's a furnace in there. Lady Julia.
That is beautiful.
Yeah. This is for you. Have a little bit of that and it might make sense as to what we're talking about.
Britney Spears.
OK.
Britney Spears came out to Australia in 2009 and did a concert.
Yes.
With a circus theme.
Yeah.
Well, I'd been so excited about it. I'd finally got Britney Spears tickets. I bought them myself, which is unheard of in the showbiz industry for a celebrity to actually buy a ticket. That's factual. And I'm not convinced that it wasn't somebody in a zip-up Britney Spears suit. It was like they had it like in a Zimmer walking frame and they just moved her from location to location as she missed words and she missed songs. And I know that she hadn't been well, but I just think it was like a cash-in situation before she imploded. That's how it kind of felt.
Can we have a bit of a look? The theme of the show was circus?
Yeah.
Let's look at that. In that photo, she sounds great.
And also, Pink had come out and done a big circus tour, the Funhouse, a year before. So I'd obviously been spoilt for circus themes.
Yeah.
And then this lazy dish-up, I felt disrespected by Britney. I did.
That's not the first time I've heard that.
Don't be like that. But she did this dancing that wasn't even dancing, it was skipping. It was skipping like she's meant to do all the, all those ones, right? But it was like she turned up and she just kept doing that one. I'm like, what is that? She did. And she was not dealing with two stylish splits like that. She was in a pair of shorts that knew no bounds.
It could have just been the angle, but I found that quite fetching.
Did you?
But to be fair to Britney, everyone has a bad gig every now and then.
I had one night in London where a girlfriend of mine said, can we meet for a drink beforehand? And I am not a great drinker. And so when she said, let's have a toffee teeny...
No, I don't even know what a toffee teeny is.
Neither did I.
OK.
So it's like a martini, which I didn't know is all booze, and then like this tiny little whisper of toffee-flavoured booze. And we had one of those, went down super quickly because it just tasted like caramel fudge. I had 4 toffee teenies.
I'm judging from the way they're reacting, that's a good whack of coffee teeny, yeah?
Yeah, I get round to the gig. I just assumed that I was amazing as usual. And apparently, I got on the stage and it was a tough crowd. It was one of those nights where you're like, I can't even find where you're up to. And I got off the stage and I'm like, wow, that was pretty tough tonight. And someone said, no, you just did the same material 4 times.
Oh, my God. Lady Julia, look, I think everyone has a bad gig every so often. And when they rise triumphant, isn't it a wonder for all of us to enjoy that moment when they're resplendent again?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can't throw Britney Spears and her circus tour into Room 101.
Can't you just put the concert
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. What I do have instead are 2 tickets to Britney's new show in Las Vegas at the casino.
You do not.
That's for you.
Oh, do I have to go?
I want you to find that that feeling that you went to that circus gig with. And you can recover that feeling. You can save Brittany and that tour from room 101.
Yeah, I'm going to try and give myself permission to shine.
Okay. All right, your next pet peeve is this.
Just
Is this really what it's about? Or is it more like that? So this is about road manners. It's about people being impolite, is it, on the road?
Yes, indeed. I make a very, very special effort to slow down and let people in, or if someone's coming out from a street, I think, you know what, it's so hard getting out of there. I know how that feels. I'm going to let you in. And then I don't know whether I need a round of applause or what I need, but...
Oh, a round of applause.
No, I don't. But if someone doesn't say thank you, and it may very well be the perimenopause coming on, but I get the fist of fury rise up within me where I could easily go to their home and bash them to death. It's not ideal.
You are, according to my notes, the epitome of decency when out motoring.
Yes.
A selfless, hand-waving bastion of caring.
I am.
Are you?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Or are you this person?
Or what? Oh, yes.
I tell you what, those are the sort of spectacles you want to be wearing when you get pulled over by the police.
Oh, well, I have been pulled over by the police. One time, I was in the UK for 8 years, right? And we used to be on the road a lot for gigs. As you know, you're here, there and everywhere. And one time there's a lovely comic named Brendan Burns, and he was driving a few of us back from Brighton. We saw an off-ramp that we were meant to take, and so Brendan was kind of indicating to go over, but the car beside us was speeding up and slowing down and not letting us pass. And we came in behind them, oh my God, like more than that. Filthy language, we were like, and bad words. Anyway, a little sign comes up in the back of the car that says, "Stop police, follow me." It was an unmarked car. So the policeman comes to the window, and I couldn't help it. I'm like, you were very dangerously driving. You nearly cut us off, and we were trying to get past, and that was very bad. And did you do that to try and stop us? And he said, you're really not helping your cause. And the policeman was very sweet, but very grumpy. And he's like, oh, you guys Australians? Oh, I've got a cousin in Melbourne, and his demeanour kind of changed.
Yeah. I want to come and live there one day because this place is shit.
Absolutely. No, he let us go with a warning. But don't you love warnings? You're like, oh, yeah, I'm never going to do it again.
Well, we're getting a bit of a different image of you now, aren't we?
I know. This is not right. You weren't meant to drag it out of me like that. I want people to be more polite, not be more like me.
I heard you're teaching your kids about road courtesy.
I really try hard when the kids are in the car. We had a situation where I had both girls in the back of our car, and Dan was driving, and God bless his soul, but like oh my God, he's so married to the limit. Do you know what I mean? So you're like, you gotta...
Isn't that the idea of the limit?
Can't you just tickle it up and whisper? All right. Anyway, but he was going slow. Oh, my God, he was going so slowly. So we pulled over to a petrol station, and while he was in getting petrol, I just got into the driver's seat. I thought, I can't bear it. So I'm like, Mummy's driving now. So we are ripping up Maroubra Road, and Dan was saying, hey, baby, and there was a policeman in the middle of the road. He pulls me over, and Dan says, who's the fastest driver, Daddy or Mummy? And both girls in the back going, Mummy! He said, ma'am, even your children know that you need to slow down.
Look, Lady Julia, I'm a bit conflicted here. I believe that I'm going to send bad road manners into the hell of room 101.
I love it.
OK, but I want you to be a better person on the roads.
I'm going to turn up.
You're really the person that should be going in here with them.
That's all.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, bad road manners.
We're coming back with more of the horrible Julia very shortly. I don't know how I feel about this next one.
Why?
Either. I'm a little bit concerned about it. I don't know how they're going to react. You know, the people. I don't know how the people are going to react.
Oh, they're going to be on side.
Do you think so?
Oh,
I might
Lady
have to ask them.
J-Mo.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, can I even do it?
Get it out.
Okay. That's not the first time that's been heard. Okay, we've got a bit of a kicker here.
You're not my mommy. You're not my mommy. You're not my mommy.
How creepy is that?
It is about as creepy as when you hear it live.
What is this one about? What's this personal peeve? What's this hate?
I really dislike other people's children.
Sorry, I couldn't quite hear. You don't like other people's children?
I can't stand other people's children.
All children
I
are
really
adorable.
try.
Children are lovely. Children are beautiful.
If they're not yours...
They are our future.
Look, I just find other people's children really hard to deal with. Even when they're in the house, like, I'm just like, I try to be polite.
What are they doing in the house?
Well, if they come over for play dates.
Oh, play dates. OK, I just thought maybe they were wandering in and out and that was annoying.
I find it very difficult when the kids have parties. The last party that we had, one of the kids said, I'm bored. You can't believe how much I've done for it. Like, you work like a slave for these parties. And I don't outsource. I'm not that person. I try to, you know, because you turn up to your own life. Like, I'm trying to be the best mum I can.
Yeah.
And then someone goes, oh, I'm bored. You know what I said? No, you're not bored. You're boring.
Yes? Yes? So basically you're brutally honest with children. Yeah, brutally honest. Do you tell them the truth about other things? Do you tell 5- and 7-year-olds the truth about...
Paul.
Come on, be honest with them.
Earlier this year, I had one of Ruby's friends in the back of the car. I was driving them to hip-hop, and I don't know why I had to win the argument, but they were saying, do you know where hip-hop is? I said, yes, because I know everything. And they're like, no, you don't know everything. I'm like, I think you'll find I know everything. And it was going along very nicely, and Ruby's little friend said, oh, yeah, well, where does God live? So I said, I do not know that. And she said, see, you don't know everything. He lives in Israel. I'm like, I'm not sure that he lives in Israel. And then the other kid goes, see, you don't know everything. And this is where I had to win the argument. I said, no, I don't know whether he lives in Israel. I'm just not sure that there is a God. I know. I'm well aware. So I got home and I said to Dan, can you believe that the kids are being taught at school from someone who's obviously popping in that God lives in Israel? Anyway, blah, 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 blah. And then Dan's like, I'm sorry. Can you just go back to the bit where you told someone else's child that there is no God? So I was beside myself. I thought, oh, my God, I've really done it this time. Big mouth. So the next morning I wait for the mum after drop-off and I said, I'm just not sure that there is a God. The mum goes like this, oh. And then she said to me, do you know what? Well, my husband and I have been trying to tell her for ages that we're not really sure. I dropped to my knees and I'm like, there is a God! There is a God! Someone is looking after me.
You do understand, Julia, that to me, your children are other people's children.
Oh, yeah.
And I would have to hate your children if I pull this lever.
Oh, does it mean they'll go somewhere for a little while? Because I don't mind. Do we get them back later on?
No, that's it. It's over. This thing, though, this...
You're not my mommy.
You're just
You're not my mommy.
SBS's version of Chucky I can put in to room 101. Are we happy to see SBS's version of Chucky go down into hell?
Yeah.
Let's send the doll to hell for fun. Absolutely shocking. Shocking.
No one's going to ever speak to me again after
No,
this show.
God almighty. The
But at
cops are
least
going to have a field day with you.
It's the truth from my marrow.
Yeah. I don't know. Oh!
Oh.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
What does that represent for you?
What it is a massive lump of lard covered in a health and fitness type situation. I wanted to put into room 101 is exercise and everybody who loves it.
Everyone who bangs on about it.
People go on about it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they love it, and, you know, it's like it releases, you know, like dolphins or something.
Endorphins.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
My husband even has to hire a personal fitness trainer to come into my house to do and take me out at gunpoint. You know, I say to Dan, look, don't worry about the trainer, I can do it myself. I'll take maybe, by the time I actually get to the day where I'm going to do it, I'll get into the shower and then have to put out the fitness clothing to make sure that I get into the clothing. I then have to go into my computer and I have to make like a playlist, and that can take 3 or 4 hours, and then it's time to pick up the children, and then there's not time to walk. So.
Oh, it's hell. Your life's hell. Yeah, do you like the orange idiots, the guys and gals that turn orange? That you would have encountered that in LA.
Is there ever enough self-tanning action? What I do love is the people who really build themselves to go in the competitions. If they bump into me in the street, at first I'd be scared they were going to punch me, but I know they've got no strength because they've been too busy building all that muscle.
Yeah.
They've got no actual strength. Then they don't drink. They don't drink. Well, they don't drink, so already I disrespect them. And then they don't drink. They don't drink water. And so all of their muscles stick to their skin. I'm not joking, that's what it's all about. And then...
How do your muscles stick to your skin?
I'd rather not say, because
okay.
I don't know a lot of the maths behind it. Because if there's one thing I love, it's a sweeping statement with absolutely unfounded sort of fact.
Right. So you balk at exercise. What's your worst experience then on the treadmill with the trainer out?
Oh, I fell off the treadmill once, like off the back of it. I might have been. But I've had a dry white wine, it's hard to say. I do love a little glass of Riesling before the treadmill, but I think, you know what I did? Hit my teeth.
Where?
I hit my teeth on the back of the treadmill.
On the back, so you went
yes,
bang?
Bang, out, boom, on the teeth.
Perhaps, Julia, let me present you with this thought.
Yes.
Maybe your hatred of those who love exercise stems from the fact that you haven't found a type of exercise that you really enjoy.
That is factual.
Can we have a look at this, please?
Let's do it.
Okay. Now No, we talked about it. The light was meant to be on his face, showing the smiling face. Clearly that fella's having a semi on. That's a white wine, isn't it? Gee, have you ever been that happy at doing exercise?
Not since I had that removed.
Well, Julia Morris, in regards to exercise and people who bang on about it, I'm going to send it down. Are you ready?
Get rid of it.
That's good.
Where it belongs.
We'll be back very shortly to investigate more of the wonderful Lady J. So this is challenging. What does this represent for you? It's your face, I believe. So why would you want to put yourself into room 101? That's what this means, isn't it? Do you want to...
Yes.
Look, I want to throw the switch right now and just don't worry about the... I mean, ladies and gentlemen, we have enough footage already. But just for the sake of debate, let's hear why you want to put yourself into room 101.
I just can't be stopped. On every level, I can't be stopped. Do I have to be so brutally honest about everything? Do you know, it's just mistakes when the Rolodex of my face gets started and I just start to talk about stuff that I haven't even thought about. Yeah. Like one night, for example, I was invited to a...
Strap yourselves in, we could be here for a while.
I was invited to a film premiere when I was in London, and at the time I was I had a show on the BBC, which was like a nighttime entertainment show, right? So it was my one night off, and I was going down the red carpet for Tom Cruise's Minority Report.
Very
and I was
fine
running
film,
late.
Very fine film from Tom.
It really,
one of the
when
Steven
only-
Spielberg, I believe.
When only the best will do.
Shot that, yes.
And he was going to be there, and all the stars were there, and I arrived late, so obviously everybody was inside. So I ran down the carpet, and
The red carpet.
yes, and this child kind of ran and bumped into me and kept running, and I didn't think anything of it as I kept moving. And then this great big security guard comes up and he says, "Step back from Mr. Cruise." Well, I would no sooner have thought it was Tom Cruise in Flight of the Moon. I literally thought it was some kid who'd broken the barrier. Do you know what I mean? So I said, "What do you mean, Tom Cruise?" He said, "Just back off, Mr. Cruise, he's there." I'm like, "That little..." Could put him in my pocket.
To be fair, though, you are... You're quite unreasonably tall, aren't you?
Oh,
and
I'm a
commanding.
substantial unit.
You know, you look at it from Tom's perspective.
Oh,
from
God.
down there.
I tell you what.
And you're a woman tower.
He'd have to climb aboard, do you know what I mean? I would spatchcock that poor thing. Do you know, I know, the thing was, I got so grumpy that they'd been telling me to back off. I was nowhere near him, and I got further up the red carpet, and the crew that worked on my television show were filming. And so oftentimes, when I'm in that position, there's people who edit all that material together, and so I like to send a little message down the camera to them.
Yeah, a bit of fun.
It's just a little throwaway. So I went up to the camera, I'm like, who the... does Tom Cruise think he is? Tom Cruise is like that. Oh, Tom Cruise, big superstar. I got inside the cinema and they were playing it live. But I was just having fun.
I feel that we've only scraped the surface.
Oh, dull, there's surface.
I haven't had to do this before.
What?
Is there anything else, my child?
I am the sort of person who lies on their resume.
Okay. What lies have you told on your resume, my child?
Well, I worked for Club Med many years ago, and I was up in Hokkaido in the North Island of Japan. Skoshi nihongo hanashimasu. Sumimasen.
Gozaimashita.
Anyway, so they said, "Look, have you ever done any aerobics before?" So I said, "Yes, I have trained as an aerobics instructor," because it meant more money. And like, I was a pretty substantial unit. How they didn't guess that it wasn't true, it remains a mystery.
Well, you're very convincing.
Oh God, I
You're
can
a
talk
good liar, yeah.
talk the leg off a chair.
Really? What a surprise. I believe that your overconfidence has propelled you into situations and adventures that have enriched your life and now our lives. And you are a rare and exotic creature.
Well, come with
There is
me.
nothing else in the world like you. You're the one and only, Lady Julia Morris. You're extraordinary. We can't put you in room one. Well, the joy would leave our lives. No, you're out here with the rest of us. Because, Lady Julia Morris, I don't know if you feel it.
I've never seen a room of such beautiful people.
We are you, you are us. You make our lives better. We can't put you in room 101. Thank you so much for coming and doing the show tonight. It's been an absolute delight. You're going to hate it when you see it back, and so are your friends. OK, give her a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. We learned too much about you. We know too much about you. Isn't she gorgeous? Thank you so much. I don't know if you've thought this one through.
This is a tough one.
That's your family, Dave. You want to put them into room 101?
Yes, let's do it.
Our guests come here to place their greatest fears, their most terrifying anxieties into the Room 101 vault. Joining me tonight is Australia's favourite comedian, a global master of mirth. You know him from TV and radio and making you laugh. Warrnambool's most beloved son, the extraordinary and unique Dave Hughes. Feel the love.
Feel the love.
Did you feel the love?
I did, absolutely. Absolutely.
You want to join me on the seats of horror? OK, shall we start? Are you ready to start?
I'm ready to
Are you
start.
comfortable?
Look, I'm so comfortable. It's beautiful.
OK, let's begin.
Yes.
OK. This is what you've brought to Room 101 to sentence to the vault forever. What does
Yeah.
it represent for you?
Those small plastic pieces that people who are meant to be family and friends decide to give your children. Like, they're there for me to hurt myself on. I mean, say stop the boats. I want to stop the massive containers from China coming with this bullshit, honestly.
Stop the toys.
Stop the toys.
Stop the goddamn toys. Well, you're right, Dave. Toys suck, don't they? Toys suck.
Toys
Should
suck.
we take away Christmas and dreams as well from the little kids?
We can have Christmas, but just like my Christmas, where my grandmother would give me a tennis ball, you know?
So they're choking hazards, they're fire hazards.
Yeah.
And they're barefoot hazards. Have you ever stumbled through the house barefoot?
Yes, many times, because my children have no ability to pick them up. They have no idea about, you know, my daughter, my 3-year-old daughter...
Do you think it's their problem, or maybe some parenting lessons wouldn't go astray?
No, look, I understand, but it's hard to parent, mate. It's really hard.
Yeah.
You know what it's like. That's why you're here.
How many toys would you say you have in the house?
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's countless.
Do you have a toy room?
You have a toy room, but it just
floor,
things just.
a whole
I mean,
floor
it's like, you know,
dedicated?
everyone just tries to leave. All the toys apparently don't like the toy room, unless you know, they're all like the toy room's the Middle East, and everyone wants to leave, basically. You know? So, but there's too many toys. There's too many toys. I mean, I can't even believe we're arguing about this.
I'm
the
not
toy
arguing.
should go, and I actually try to put every toy in the bin. I often put toys in the bin. And my wife goes, "What's in the bin?" I said, "There's toys in there." And she said, "What if the kids see in the bin?" I said, "Honey, when's the last time they put anything in the bin to see there was toys in the bin?" It's not going to happen.
OK, what about this guy? Yes or no in your house?
Is that Superman?
No,
Oh,
that's
Special Man.
That's Special Man. Because even if you're special, you can still be a superhero. Hey, look, down on the ground, it's a toy.
Look, I think, like, yeah, no, that's, no, good on Special Man. My son always wants to be special. If I say what his sister's done is special, he goes, "Dad, am I special too?" And I go, "Yeah, you're special, mate."
Do you do it with that sort of world-weary tone to your voice?
No, this is the tone that I give you because I'm exhausted with my nice tone for him.
Do you think a toy needs to be educational? Does that help?
Oh, yeah.
Can we have a look? What about this little jobby? The Atomic Energy Lab.
My son loves all this sort of thing, but no, there's too many bits that come loose on it.
I'll tell you, this actually came with some uranium ore.
Actual uranium?
Uranium ore.
When's it from? Is it an old toy? It obviously looks like an old toy.
Oh, this from 1640, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the good old days when kids were allowed to have uranium at home, you know? They weren't mollycoddled.
OK, let's move on to educational and fun. The daddy saddle, does this appeal to you?
Oh, yeah. It sounds dodgy to say, but they go bareback at my joint. That sounds... dodgy.
Yeah, that does. That sounds a bit...
That's not meant to be.
What about this one? Just running through them now. What about this soft, educational, fun and unsettling toy? Do you know what that is?
It looks like it's been in the microwave. What is it, though?
That is the plush toy uterus. Perhaps it's better in the flesh.
All right.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I a uterus. So
It's a uterus, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't normally see them outside the body,
You
which
don't normally see
is available at your local cervix station. What about this one?
What
Just
have you
to
got
finish
there?
off this segment.
Yeah.
This is the testes. The companion piece.
You only get one testy.
Yeah.
It's a Lance Armstrong edition, is it?
Yeah.
No. But he's probably got 3, let's be honest.
SBS couldn't afford 2.
Yeah, well,
You happy with those?
I'm happy with those. I mean, they look fun, and you know, they've got something to hold on to, and it's yeah, I'm happy with them. We can leave them out.
We can leave them out.
Can
Let's
we
take the teddy bear away.
Teddy bear, I don't mind that.
Okay,
Yeah,
little bits of plastic.
Little bits of plastic.
Underfoot. All those sort of things.
Anything that's more than one piece. Anything, you know, 2, 3, 4 pieces. You know, whether it's educational or not, I don't care. I don't want it in the house. I want it gone.
Okay.
Please, can you do it, mate? Yeah.
Gone.
Oh, that feels good. That feels good. Really good.
It does feel, for some reason, people feel a burden is lifted off them. So we're going to move into your next little pet peeve here.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell us?
I can tell you, that is, I mean, obviously that's a computer screen, old school sort of computer screen.
People at home can't tell, but this is, I'm going to enjoy this. Doesn't that look like a flat computer image? But look. Ah, ah. It's great to watch porn on.
Now, yeah, that's a key, I believe.
That's a key?
Yes, and unlock the computer because it's locked because you can't remember your password or probably your username either. You need a username, and you've got to have different usernames than some other guy's username because you can't all have the same username because you're different users, apparently. And then if you remember your username, then you've got to remember your password. And it can't be, and it's got to be hard to remember because if you give an easy password, they go, too easy. But I want an easy one, computer. But don't judge my password. Just let me have it. This is not... You've got to be with me on this. There's no reason... We need to make it simpler. I need one size-fits-all password. So I need one password that I can remember for everything.
90% of us are confident no one will ever guess our online passwords. Are you confident?
I'm not, but I don't really care. I mean, I don't have any naked photos of myself on the internet, so... And if I do and people see them, they deserve to see what they see.
And you've never fallen victim to a hacker?
I don't believe so, no. I don't think so. I haven't checked everything lately, so I might have, but at this point in my life, I don't believe anyone has hacked me. And, you know, I'm slightly offended by that they haven't bothered, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I've had the same phone number for a long time and I get no prank calls. I mean, what's wrong with the people of this world? There's kids who used to ring me up and go, use hey, and I'd go, hey, and then that was it. It just doesn't happen anymore.
Have you ever hacked a Facebook account?
Oh, no.
A Twitter account?
No.
Instagram?
Oh, look, I've grabbed my mates' phones and had a look at their Tinder account. And I was in London recently.
Is that the gay one?
No, that's Grindr, mate. You know that. Don't lie to me. I was in London recently with my mate who's like 44 and single, and he's on Tinder. And I'm going to, and there's like millions of attractive women on this site, which I'm not on because I'm married, obviously. And I'm looking at it, and I'm just liking everyone, like. And you know, and he looked at, what are you doing? And I said, I'm trying to get you a date, mate. And then he said, oh, no, you got the fee. He said, you didn't like her. I said, yeah. I said, mate, have a look in the mirror. You're 44, you got no money. You like her. And he got a date out of it. She's the only one who responded.
Have you... I like your idea of a totally open society. I think that's wonderful and free, but a think tank in America has come up with this idea for people that do lose their passwords and pins, and it might help you out.
Yeah, what is it?
Introducing Password Minder, the personal logbook that takes the hassle out of passwords. Forget about sticky notes or scraps of paper, because Password Minder has been specifically designed to organize and safely store passwords. You'll find them in an instant and lose a password guaranteed. Need to make a password? Just add it to your Password Minder. The alphabetical listing organizes all your usernames and passwords for instant recall and easy reference.
Now that I have Password Minder, I haven't lost a single password.
You're an idiot!
I love it, man. I love it. I'm going to get one of those.
That's practical, isn't it? It makes sense, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
I think someone had a lot of address books they couldn't get rid of.
Yeah.
So do we send pins and passwords to Room 101? Without a doubt, Dave Hughes. Without a doubt.
They're gone?
Gone.
Oh, God.
What the hell?
Thank you.
We'll be back in a minute with a happier Dave Hughes. Okay, worried about this one.
Why?
I'm worried about this one, Dave.
Why should be worried? Yeah. The bane of my existence.
It's like someone's just blown up condoms.
Well, I mean, yeah, at least you get some joy out of condoms. What do you get out of these things?
So balloons,
but especially helium ones. Like, and especially for businesses who think it's cute to give little kids helium balloons to take away with them, you know? I mean, yeah, it's all very well for the kids who love it. They think it's Christmas come early because some cafe's giving them balloons, and then you've got to leave that cafe with those 3 kids pretending they're holding the crown jewels. And what are they going to do as soon as they leave the cafe? So they let go, the 1-year-old lets go of a balloon, she starts bawling, going, Dad, look.
Wow, she's quite articulate for her.
Mate, I see it in her eyes. In her eyes, she's going, hire a helicopter and get me my balloon.
Right, she's aware of...
Mate, she doesn't need to be
aircraft
going to...
as well, which is good.
But her 3-year-old sister holding her balloon goes, you're never going to see that again. Look, we need her input.
No, I like that. That's a realist in the family.
No, it's not. She's going through a grieving process. I'm like, shut up with your truth bombs.
Wow.
So I knock hers out of her hand so she can go through it as well. And then I've got two crying children, and then my son, he's got his balloon, and he's got to try to share it amongst the other two. Anyway, it's a disaster.
With the balloons with the advertising on them, is it because of the businesses advertising? Is it like they give you a free balloon so you become a vessel for their advertising? Is that what upsets you?
Well, I hate businesses trying to use me for free advertising, by the way. On another subject, I hate businesses who, like a pizza shop the other day, got a photo with me, with my pizza, and said, oh, can we put it on Facebook? And they made me pay for the pizza. Didn't even get a free garlic bread. I'm like, what's that about? You know who you are.
Can we try and stay focused on balloons? It's not just...
I hate balloons. The ones that do make it home are lucky enough to make it home, just hang at the ceiling for I don't know how long, a week or two, till eventually they've run out of puff and get too close to the ground, and then the dog eats them.
Is it passing the balloon, though?
That's the problem. Yeah, I don't mind him eating them because then it gets rid of some of the debris in the house. I'm happy for that. But the problem is we go for a walk about a week later, he gets stuck in poo position.
Yeah.
He looks back at me like, sort this out, man.
Yep.
But then, you know, paparazzi are going to get me, it's going to end up a new idea. Or I can try to pull the balloon out of his ass, which is the right thing to do. And as I did recently, and people walk past and go, oh, look at you, man. Should have stuck with TV, you're struggling now.
OK. Don't know if this is going to work. It's been a long time since... Do you want one of your own? Are you a helium balloon sucker?
I've never really sucked on a helium balloon.
Would you like one of your own?
Mate, I'll try anything once. I mean, we're on SBS, you've got to get wacky at some point, you know, but... All right. Keep sucking, mate. I'm trying to work this out.
Quickly. That's not working at all, is it? It's not working.
Is that working? Is that working? That's really good. 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 That's great.
I think I went too far. I think I'm floating away right now.
It's not bad, is it?
I can tell why the kids are on this shit.
That's illegal. Hi, Dave. You can keep sucking on that for the rest of the interview if you want.
What?
So what are we going to talk about next?
OK, balloons.
Yeah. Well, giving free balloons to children in shops. That's more... Well, here we go. They're going to go, are they? They're going up. Up to God.
I don't think I can put balloons in room 101.
You're going to set them free?
It's a bit of...
Set them free,
it's
mate.
a bit of
Set
joy.
them free.
I'm going to set them free.
Set them free and, you know, let them get
Happy
attached
with
to a
that?
light and burn down the studio. You do that. Go on. Here we go. Yep.
Court and controversy, court and controversy, court and controversy. I don't know. Does this make sense?
Oh, that is the Carlton Football Club cap. I've got a number of them at home. Yeah, that's the team that I've supported since I was 5 years old, mate, in the AFL, the Carlton Blues, yeah.
Okay. This might help you with where it's going?
Yeah. Yeah. It's been 20 years now since we've won anything, mate. 20 years.
20 years?
20 years. 20 years.
Can we bring out the fella? Shall we bring out the fella? Captain Carlton, come on!
Yeah.
Usain Bolt, I think's in that costume.
Mate, I love Captain Carlton.
Captain Carlton.
Yeah, Captain Carlton, and he's completely drug-free too. There's no...
What do you love about the team?
Well, I used to love that we'd win, you know, and when your team wins, you feel like a winner. Even though you've done nothing, you feel like your life is worth living. And then, but you lose, you feel like you are worthless and that everything you've... every moment of breathing has been pointless because your team has let you down. And I've really tried to instill those values in my son. And
you do form an identity when you're with a team.
Absolutely, and some teams think they're winners. Yeah.
Well, they are, clearly. We are the Navy Blues. We are the old dark Navy Blues.
Yeah.
We're the team that never let you down.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that lyric?
Well, I feel that, I mean, it's a great lyric if it was sarcastic. So I don't know. I mean, collectively, they need just to do something. They need to get rid of the losing mentality. Maybe no one's had any symbolic gesture. No one's tried to bury the losses. And, you know, maybe tonight could be the night where we turn them around.
Because white-anting them is the best way, isn't it? Going on television.
I am quite worried about this segment, to be honest.
Yeah. So what about supplements? Would they help? Would they help supplements? Would you go there?
Oh, if we didn't get caught, absolutely. Yeah, I'd do anything. I mean, and, you know, there's a certain coach in the AFL who's denied it the whole time. And the supporters of his club would... I mean, that guy could do a press conference with 2 syringes hanging out his eyeballs. And the members of his club would go, oh, he's got some cool new glasses, hasn't he?
What about changing teams? Would you ever...
You can't do it, mate. You can't do it. You just can't do it, mate.
I'm with you. OK, we're sending the team. What are we doing here?
Well, keep the cap. Can we send this the loser cap? I want to keep I want him to stay. He's not going to fit down there anyway.
OK, so...
But yeah, if we lose the loser one...
So it's just the losing aspect, not the whole club.
I
don't want to lose the club.
I love the club. The club will go to my grave with me. I'll have, you know, they'll be draped in a Carlton flag when I'm in my coffin, and, you know, everyone will go, what a bogan. But no, I love this, but I hate that. So get rid of that, and he can stay, and let's make that a real smile, not just that weird one he's got now, all right? So, absolutely.
So, the Carlton Footy Club losing?
Yeah.
Gone into room 101.
Winning season. This season, winning season.
It's going to happen for you, Dave. It's gone.
As soon as you
Goodbye.
do that...
No, stay up, Captain. Stay up, Captain. Stay, Captain. Don't get sucked into the vortex, Captain. Bringing joy to the world. Bringing joy to the world. Room 101. That's the look. This is dangerous. I don't know if you thought this one through.
No, you'll have to hear my justifications for... I
think we all have to hear your justifications.
By the time we get to the end of it, you'll be pretty happy for her to see it.
Will I?
Yeah, I think so, all right? I mean, we need to...
I'm not judging it. I am judging it early. I'm judging it.
You're pre-judging. You need to hear the case before you...
You know, because for myself, I can't believe you're doing this. To me, it's...
well, look,
you know,
look, there will be questions asked when I get home about this one. There's no doubt about that.
OK.
This is a tough one. Might not be able to show this one at Christmas.
OK.
All right, that is...
That's your family, Dave. You want to put them into room 101.
Yeah.
For all eternity.
And, I mean, they do. I mean, they look like happy people, and they are happy people. I won't deny that. And, you know, it's my beautiful, long-suffering wife, Holly, there. This is Sadie, who's 3, Rafferty, who's 5, and Tess, who's 1. So even that photo brings back memories of the day. If you can see there, we're outside. We're on the beach in Adelaide. We're in Adelaide on the beach. It was 40 degrees when that photo was taken by the local newspaper, The Advertiser, and they stayed there for about 2 hours taking photos, wanting all 3 children to look at the camera at the same time, and that's as close as they got, basically. And if you can... and my son here, who was sort of happy there, at one point said, Dad, I don't want to do this anymore. And I said, mate, who pays for your Angry Bird downloads? I do. Shut up and smile. It's not easy, mate. And if you go to a park with them and you look down at your iPhone for a couple of minutes, well, maybe, I don't know how long, and you look up, sometimes they're all gone, you know?
Problem?
There's a problem because you've got to think, how am I going to explain this? It's not easy.
You seem conflicted.
I am conflicted.
Can we start with the wife then? Why would you put the lovely wife? Why would you put the missus?
Well, because, I mean,
101?
she's just constantly... I mean, we've been together 12 years. Do you think she would have accepted my faults, wouldn't you, Paul? But no. No. She's constantly trying to improve me. Like... And not understanding that, you know, we're from different... I'm 9 years older, and that was her decision, Paul. She knew that, but my teeth fall out, you know? I'm from the country. She's from the city. It's different worlds. My teeth fall out. She freaks out. She goes, oh, that's disgusting. I go, no, it's not. It's just a tooth. Give me $1, we'll move on with our day. She actually said this. My wife said this to me, Paul. She said, if your teeth end up in a glass beside the bed every night, no more action for you ever. This woman's meant to love me through sickness and health. Yeah. Through teeth or no teeth, I believed. And I love her more than she loves me, because if her teeth end up in a glass beside the bed every night, it would open up the possibilities in our sexual relationship, right? I mean, that's... Because I'm a teeth in the glass, half-full sort of guy, see? She was watching. Hi, honey, you know I love you.
They listen, they watch.
Well, she's at home just lazing around with 3 children, you know what I mean?
National Sleep Foundation has said 24% of parents sleep with their kids. There's got to be a better way of saying that, yeah?
I mean, the parents don't sleep with the kids sleep with the parents. Although every now and again I'm forced to sleep in the adjoining, on the bunk bed actually with my son, and like because my 3-year-old's sleeping with my wife, so I'm on the bottom bunk bed, my son's on the top bunk bed, and you know, I remember recently that was happening. My wife she popped it because we were chatting in bed. My wife pops her head in, "Be quiet in there."
Time to go to sleep.
You know what? We're going to get in trouble.
Some people consider it good that the children sleep in the bed because it does mean the sex life is over, and it's sort of nature's way of saying no more kids.
Yeah, they do. They do try that, absolutely. It led to my wife saying that the sexiest thing she's ever said to me, though, this happened a while back, where the planets aligned and she busted a move, and I'm always ready. I'm like a fireman, like, yep. If I hear the alarm, I'm down the pole.
I wonder if that's the best... I wonder if that's the best analogy you could have come up with on that, but...
All right, that makes it sound that we're kinkier than we are, to be honest. We're not that kinky. But anyway, but my wife said he hadn't turned up yet. My wife said, "Make it quick, you never know when he's going to get here." And I said, "Oh, honey, I've been waiting for those words for a long time."
Now, your kids want to be with you, want to spend time with you.
All the time.
Want to give you warmth and affection.
Yeah.
You want to send them into the vault with the missus and maybe yourself?
My son, when's he going to learn to do up his own shoes, mate? We are on Velcro shoes, and I've got to do up his Velcro shoes. I mean, he's almost 6, for God's sake. It's a true story. The other day, I'm doing up his Velcro shoes, and I'm down here, and he says, "Dad, I've got a question." I'm like, "What is it, mate?" He goes, "Can adults wear Velcro shoes?" And I'm like, "Yeah, if they want to." He goes, "Good, that's all I'm ever going to wear." I mean, that's a kid with a burning ambition, you know, just a drive.
It's aspirational.
He just wants to improve himself at every moment. Easy way out, mate.
Stop talking.
Are we going to do it?
I've had enough.
I mean, you know,
Do you want me to do it? You should maybe. Do you want to do it?
Oh, don't be like that.
Oh, yeah, come on, let's get it on. Who thinks they should go into room 101? Who thinks they shouldn't go into room 101?
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, please thank the wonderful Dave Hughes and his family, his long-suffering family.
I love you, honey. I love you, honey.
Thanks for joining us.
You don't get anywhere, of course. You know that they're not going to change their mind, but they simply sort of basically say, "Up yours."
Wow. I am so impressed that I've seen you do that sign.